If you watched me on the SDPN stream of Game 2 of the ALDS between the Blue Jays and the Yankees, you would have heard me say this already, but I'm going to repeat it here. I consumed a lot of content between Saturday's win that the Jays had over the Yankees and the start of Sunday's game between the Jays and the Yankees. And what the Talking Yanks of the world and the Barstool Sports of the world and all the New York people and the New York media and all the Yankees lovers out there were saying. Game 1 didn't matter because the Yankees had a bad summer and they lost games there and they lost the division to the Jays in the end because the Jays won the head-to-head battle. And that means the Yankees had to go play the Red Sox. And that means for game number 1 between the Jays and the Yankees didn't have their pitching set up. They had to go with Luis Gil, who was the number 4 starter in their rotation, and instead of having Max Fried go in game number 1, Max Fried had to pitch today in game number 2. And for the Yankees fans and the Yankees media of the world, today's game in game number 2 was the, quote, actual start of the series because they had their ace on the mound going up against our 22-year-old who's only had 3 career major league starts. So this series was still over in the mind of all those Yankees fans out there and the Yankees media talking about how awesome the Yankees are. And then what happened on Sunday afternoon in Toronto at the Rogers Center? We learned that the real ace between Max Fried and Trey Yesavage is Trey Yesavage because he delivered the performance of the ages up against one of Major League Baseball's best pitchers. And I'll admit it was scary going up against Max Fried. And we will get to what the bats did. But Trey Yesavage matched Max Fried pitch for pitch and outdueled him in every single way. When we look back on how this game went, it doesn't feel real. Yesavage went strikeout, walk to Judge, and then followed that up with strikeout, 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 fly out, line out, strikeout, 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 including Judge, Bellinger, and Rice, the meat of the Yankees lineup. And then the 5th inning, it was ground out, error, pop out, strikeout to Volpe. And then we will discuss Yesavage being pulled for Justin Brule in 1 second. But that is how this kid, who is in his 4th ever Major League start, handled the Yankees. And I've talked about this before, just like my rant off the top. I've said that before, and I'm going to say this again. The way Yesavage throws, the arm angle that he throws at, because he is so big, he throws at the top of his head, and he comes down from the top of the CN Tower. His splitter is so unbelievably effective because Major League Baseball hitters, and the Yankees in particular, are not used to this kid at all. His splitter comes from the moon, and his arm angle is the 2nd highest arm angle in Major League Baseball. So he's throwing completely downwards, and his slider has this inside out effect where it's going inside to right-handed pitchers, coming crazy down at an angle. The splitter is coming from 12 to 6 and nobody can read it. The fastball's at 95 and fools people because it looks like it's going to be the splitter. His stuff is incredible. Quote unquote, the best lineup in the world has no idea how to handle this kid. And I talked about the 5 1/3 innings that he got through. That's a point of contention among Blue Jays fans because at that point, at 5.1 innings into the game, John Schneider walked to the mound, and at that time, Yesavage was pitching a no-hitter. The Yankees had no hits off of this kid, and John Schneider had to, unfortunately, in my mind, make the correct decision to pull Yesavage at that moment. On the surface, it seems like it's just John Schneider again, pulling a pitcher again because the analytics say you got to pull the pitcher to get the matchup and all that stuff. But when you look at it as a whole on what's going on in this particular instance, 1, Yesavage has never pitched past the 6th inning his entire career. His career is 4 starts if you include today. In none of those starts did he pitch past the 6th inning. Yesavage is also so fresh and so new that there's not a lot of data on Yesavage. And what John Schneider did here is he prevented the Yankees lineup from facing Trey for a third time through the order. So Yesavage was in for the ninth hitter, and as soon as the order got back up to the top, John Schneider walked out to the mound and pulled him in the middle of the no-hitter. Not to mention the Jays are up 11-0, and we should trust their bullpen to hold an 11-0 lead. But back to the third time through the lineup thing, because that is crucial. Because there's not a lot of data on Yesavage, you want to keep him hidden from the rest of the world. He started in Dunedin this year. He did not get called up until the end of the season. People don't know who this kid is. They do not have the analytics on him. That is the Jays' secret weapon. They have to keep him hidden as much as possible as long as they're guaranteed to win this game, because it's not just about winning today. It's about winning today, plus winning on Tuesday, plus winning in the next round, plus winning the World Series. And if you are up 11-0, you get to get cute with things. You get to say, we're going to prevent Yesavage from facing the Yankees lineup a third time through the order. All the time we hear in baseball, when teams get to the third time through the order, it's back to the top for the third time, they start to understand the pitcher. If we get to a game 5 and you got to throw Yesavage in there, you don't want those Yankees hitters to have those extra at-bats against Trey. You need to protect this pitcher in this certain situation, especially when, once again, I'm going to say it one more time, you are up 11-0. It's okay to get cute with things when you are up 11-0. If this is a 1-0 game and this man is dealing like this and you need to throw him out for 9 innings because he's still on a no-hitter and it's 1-0, you need to protect everything you got, then it's a little bit of a different conversation. But 11-0, you're good, Schneider. You can get cute with things. You can play the analytics. This is what you should do. You need to protect him from injury, from batters seeing him. Trust your bullpen. And what happened? The bullpen got a little shaky. We know they allowed 7 runs all after Yesavage came out of the game, but the Jays put up 13 runs. So let's move over to the bats and what they did to Max Fried, supposedly the best pitcher coming into this game. We'll start bottom of the 4th inning. Vladimir Guerrero at the plate. Bases loaded. The Jays are already up 5-0. But this home run by Vladdy, this grand slam by Vladdy, is the moment we've all been waiting for since he signed with the Blue Jays as a teenager. This will go down as one of his greatest moments as a Toronto Blue Jay, and we got to witness it on Sunday. He demolishes this grand slam out to left field, right into the bleachers, and he stares, he looks at it, and he flips the bat a la Jose Batista, and he trots the bases. This grand slam made it 9-0 for the Blue Jays. At the time when Vladdy stepped up to the plate here, he was 5 for 6 in this series. And here he is, hot as ever, and all you want is for him to deliver. Will Warren was in the game at the time. Max Fried had already been pulled, and Vladdy said, nobody is going to take my moment away from me. I am in this position, and unlike Aaron Judge, one night before when Judge came to the plate, bases loaded, none out, and struck out on a Kevin Gausman pitch, Vladdy said, I'm not wasting this moment. I am going deep and I'm delivering this for all of the fans at the Rogers Center. It was the signature Vladdy moment we've all been waiting for, and that one is going to be a picture hanging up there in the Rogers Center in the tunnel somewhere. It's going to be a poster on some kid's wall. It's going to be replayed forever on the best postseason moments for the Jays, because we don't have a ton of them. We haven't been to the postseason a lot in the last 30 years. That moment right there was one for the ages for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And as you know, the Blue Jays won 13-7, and a large reason they won 13-7 is because of the bat of Dalton Varsho. He went 4 for 5, 2 home runs on the day, 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, 4 runs. Varsho was unreal. I don't think anybody expected Varsho's bat to be that hot. And the one home run that Varsho hit in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's got to be one of my favorite home runs in a long time, because this pitch should not have been a pitch that you hit out of the ballpark. Out of all the things Varsho did tonight, this was probably the most impressive. Look at where this curveball is. If you're listening right now on the podcast app that you're listening to this podcast, you cannot see this on the Jesse Blake Sports Report, but I will describe it to you. It is a curveball that is low and outside of the zone by like a good few inches. It's a curveball super low at 82 miles per hour. I'm going to pull up the game day 3D here because you can see how Varsho just scoops this thing out to right field. It is an unbelievable piece of hitting. You are not supposed to be able to read the curveball that well out of the pitcher's hand. Angle your bat at an angle where it looks like you're hitting a pitching wedge 120 yards to the pin and sticking it. He just golf swings this curveball that's low and out of the zone right over the wall in right field. That is how you know a batter is hot, and no one was hotter, maybe Vladdy, than Varsho on Sunday. So now we head to Yankee Stadium on Tuesday, and I hope the Yankees fans out there have calmed down a little. I hope they've been taken down a peg with what Yesavage did today, because Tuesday, the Blue Jays have the opportunity to sweep the Yankees in the Bronx if they can get a good pitching performance out of Shane Bieber, if the bats keep rolling like this. I can't wait to see how many the Jays put up on Tuesday. We'll see. The brooms will be there. I'm going to have my broom ready when I'm streaming on the SDPN channel on Tuesday. I'll be live at 8 p.m. Link is in the description if you want to set a reminder for that go live notification. I will see you there. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you'll be listening or watching right now, and I appreciate you for that. Don't forget to hit like. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'll see you again very soon.